Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Samri.
And welcome to the Chopsticks and Fork Please podcast. Hi, welcome. We have a puppy.
And his name is Worf, and he is about 4 months old.
Yeah. And last time we did this podcast was kind of like when we first got him.
Yeah.
So roughly like had him for about like
ago.
a month and a half, I'd say.
Yeah. Since then we have taken him to the groomers.
The vet. Got him out on walks.
His crate has expanded.
Yeah, I had to buy it. This dog grows fast. I think I misjudged how big he would be too. I assumed he'd be like, I assumed he'd be like this size right now, like as an adult.
Oh, okay.
But that's actually that's like mini golden doodle size, and we did not get a mini golden. His parents was not mini sized.
Mm-hmm.
But like either way, I still think it's good,
He has fluffy.
Yeah, he's very
fur.
fluffy. He's very fluffy. He's pretty well behaved.
He has a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy. Pretty easy to train.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, aside from him getting rambunctious when he hasn't had a nap, he's well behaved. When he's had his nap.
He's friendly to humans and other dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to kill squirrels.
Yeah, he has no prey drive. There was a time where there was like a squirrel like 6 feet away from him. And the squirrel was more confused than anything. The squirrel looked at him.
How come it's not chasing me?
Yeah, the squirrel looked at him and being like, wait, what's going on?
And we have a guinea pig.
Yeah.
And we opened the gate.
Yeah.
Let him look at it, but as he started just barking at it.
Yeah, I think in that case, he's like, wait, this thing's close enough for me to play with, but it doesn't want to play with me. Yeah, so we keep him a little bit further from the guinea pig.
Yeah, we put a little fence again.
Yeah, I think Worf's more freaked out by the guinea pig than the guinea pig is freaked out by Worf.
Yeah, the guinea pig is just like, give me food.
Yeah, let's see, what else is there? He loves chewing on your Crocs.
Yeah, so I can't wear Crocs
in the house.
In his area.
Yeah, in his area. Yeah, in his area. There's plenty of the rest of the house you can wear your Crocs in. But yeah, it's just kind of like he enjoys chewing stuff.
I love Crocs.
Yeah, there's so many tricks that I've had to figure out because he does this thing of when I enter the house, he waits for me to take off my shoes so he can take the shoe and bring it in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does that, and I have to do. So you know how like earlier before I was like, oh shit, I don't have the toy with me. That's because I use that toy to like divert his attention.
Okay.
A lot. So you faced this actually today where he started biting your ankles when he was kind of like wanted to go inside the house.
Oh, he started attacking my ankles and growling when I didn't allow him to eat a soiled paper towel with crap in it.
Yeah, he does do that. Happens when he gets really like when he needs like a nap or like when he gets tired out. Like he's unconscious now.
Yeah.
He is unconscious right now.
We're in the same room. We're like 3 feet away from him, by the way.
He's in his crate. He is napping. But I pretty much get a toy and like I toss it to him. He puts it in his mouth and he focuses on that. And then he doesn't bite my ankles.
He just needs something.
He needs something else. He needs something in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then he will be less biting. Now, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. Sometimes he drops it and then immediately goes for your ankles. That happens.
Yeah.
It also helps him like going inside the house here, where like there's a shoe rack, and it's like he kind of gets interested in the shoe rack, Yeah. I just use a toy to shake it, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm interested in this more."
And it's been helpful to get the bitter spray. Yeah. And I would spray it on my shoes. Mm-hmm. But I think he's also gotten used to the bitterness.
Yeah, well, you get to respray it after a couple of days. It does wear off. But yeah, sometimes he'll just power through it.
Yeah, he's just like shakes his head and he's like, let me go for this again.
I don't think it will affect your Crocs. Yeah. I think he likes your Crocs too much for it to be like, he's just like, oh, I'm going to power through it.
It's the perfect texture and consistency.
Yeah, and like toughness. Yeah. Yeah, so
at least he doesn't tear it apart.
Yeah, he just not on it. It's just if you let him keep it for too long, it will probably get torn up. But overall, like, we haven't had, like, our furniture hasn't been like that destroyed. Yeah. Like, there's like certain corners where like he's not on, but like for the most part, I do a good job at like redirecting him. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, chew this instead. Because you can't. Dogs are dumb. Dogs do not have the understanding that humans do, or their social graces as humans. Mm-hmm. So like, there's really no point in like punishing almost, because they don't understand the concept of punishment.
Yeah, I think even kids to a certain age, they don't understand that.
Yeah, so like the idea is you just redirect them to do something that you want them to do, right? And enforce that. Yeah. And so far he's been good. Like, he's very well behaved when he like interacts with anyone that's like not my dad.
Oh yeah, your dad.
Not my dad. He gets really excited when he sees my dad. My dad also kind of enables it too. Yeah. My dad also slightly enables it.
Yeah. Sam's parents are okay with dog sitting.
Yeah, I'm actually rather disciplined when it comes to training the dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really funny because he sees me the most all the time because I work from home, and you started a retail job, so you're out of the house more. Yeah. And so you've become the fun parent. Mm-hmm. Because you're the one who goes out and like I get the feeling like I feel like I like understand what like stay-at-home moms go through, right? Who like take care of the kid like all the time, but then the kid gets more excited to see dad coming home. Oh, okay. I think I get it. Yeah, I get it now.
Most like, days I'm like, I finish work at 9,
and you're just like you're pulled, like you just enter the room, and all of his attention, no matter what he was doing before, all of his attention goes to you.
Oh, when the garage door opens or something?
No, it's less the garage door, more like the garage, like the entrance, not the garage door, but like from the garage going into our house, that door. Oh, okay. He hears that, and he's like, ooh, and then he'll like move, and then he like hears activity going on. Yeah. Over there, so he goes and like checks it out.
Yeah, yeah. And we have also learned to distinguish his like crying versus like, oh, I need to pee or poop right away. Yeah. So he lets us know when he needs to use the restroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but overall, like, he doesn't like. I have a sense too of like just timing wise. Like I take him out. Like the important part is just to take him out like after he wakes up from like each nap. And then it's like you just kind of have to think like, oh, there's a good likelihood he needs to go.
Yeah, we take him out right away. Like he doesn't even get much time to eat or drink.
Yeah, just take him out and then like bring him back in when he wants to do that. And yeah, it's been fine. Nothing.
Before this time, we used to like take him out, bring him in, and then take him out for one last time, and then he goes in the crate.
Yeah, yeah.
But now the first time he gets out of the crate, he goes out, comes back and eats, drinks, and like plays a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll take him out again just so I'm like just for a pee, you know, just for number one. I'll do that just to make sure he's like completely fine. I usually do that more for like before he goes to sleep for the night. before like the long stretch of night, because that's the longest time that he will be needing to hold it. But yeah, he's pretty good at holding it. We haven't had an accident for like a month.
Yeah.
That's been fun.
So speaking of the retail job.
Yeah, you got a retail job.
Yeah.
At a clothing store.
Yes. And so I always come with stories to tell Sam.
I think you could have like a podcast dedicated to retail stories. I think there are probably podcasts dedicated to retail stories. Sure. I don't know for sure, but I'm quite confident.
You need to have like super comfortable shoes. It's a good test of how good your shoes are.
And your patience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and it's really funny because I think I told you, I kind of keep track of like what the Zoomers say and the Zoomer memes that come out. Not like 100%, but like it falls into under my radar more than yours.
Yeah.
And like one that really like you're like, oh shit, I know what you're talking about is thing I learned about. Story. Yeah, you told me a story, and then I was like, that's kind of like what the Zoomers are calling like the boomer lead stare.
So there was this like middle-aged to late age white woman, and she's like, hi. So also another thing I noticed, they don't boomers don't ask you if you work there.
No.
Like younger people, 50s and younger, they're like, oh, do you work here? They want to make sure.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're on your break, or like maybe you don't want to be bothered or something. But the older people, they're like, yeah, you work here. I will ask my question.
Oh, geez,
and you will give me the answer. So she's like, do you have this brand of denim? And I'm like, so you could go to the fitting room and they have a scanner and they can let you know if we have that brand. And she just stares at me.
Yeah, and that's like the idea of the boomer lead stare is that like during the boomer age period, that's when they had a lot of lead in like everything, like in paint, in your toys, in everything. And so the boomer lead stare is like they give you a blank stare and you can see the lead poisoning swirling around in their brain.
Oh my God.
and I told that to you, you're like, yeah.
Because she just stared at me for 10 seconds or 20 seconds. And then I felt like talking more, explaining, oh, you just walk there. Do you want me to take you there? And she just kept staring at me. And then she waited a bit and she's like, oh, thank you very much. You have been very helpful.
And like
she
walked away.
Yeah, and I was like, oh God, what is she going to do to me?
It's like, oh no, is she going to go talk to my manager?
Yeah. Is she going to leave a mean review online? But she doesn't know how to use the internet.
Yeah.
So she won't know how to complain.
Yeah. And then you said you deal with a lot of bored rich housewives.
Oh yeah.
'Cause you work in a area with upper middle class to upper middle class.
Yeah.
Area.
They're nouveau riche or tech housewives of CEOs or whatever. And there was this woman, she came in, she started talking to my manager. She's like, oh, I haven't been here in a week or two.
A week. A week.
And then she's like, I'm bored, so I'm here to shop. And I'm like, oh wow.
You physically is because a lot of times I think they just window shop too. But dude, because they don't actually buy something new every week. But sometimes I think it's they buy something and then it gets returned and swirl, it's this cycle of buying, returning things.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a section for designer items, and that's where all the middle class to rich women with their like high heels and like crisp, like their hair is done up. Like you can see like different demographics that come in.
Yeah.
So interesting. Like there's like you can tell how society is doing by working in retail.
Yeah, yeah.
If more people shop, you're like, oh, people are doing better economically.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I've personally never had a retail job. So like, I don't get the experience of like telling people like war stories.
Oh, another thing that happened yesterday. Well, actually, even before yesterday is, so I work closing time, which means like, I get off an hour after the store closes.
Right.
You have to clean up during that time. And people just like make a mess of, like, they would just like try on clothes and just like just like throw it on the freaking like.
Yeah, and then you need that extra hour after closing just
to just like pick up everything and like put it where it belongs. You know, put it on the hangers and in any case, so there's usually like women. It's never men. Like men come in, they know what they're gonna get and they go out.
Yeah, men like there's something about like men that's like, oh, we go in knowing what we want to get and then piecing out immediately. We don't want the shopping trip to be longer.
You don't like the environment, or what's the reason?
Guys just don't have like the bone to just go shopping.
For the time, you don't want to spend the time.
Yeah, like I mean we could, but like, you know, like usually if we look around, like I mean when I look around, like it's like it doesn't take more than like 10 minutes. Right? But when you want to look around, that it's a lot longer. And I'm just like, all right, let me just go on my phone, and like phones are lifesavers for anyone with a significant other who likes shopping.
I mean, because at least for me, I like to see, okay, is there a cheaper price for the same kind of style? And then I might look at something and I'm like, oh, I also need this.
Yeah.
This is missing from my wardrobe. But another thing, while working retail, I get really hot really fast.
Yeah.
So it's good to take a reusable water bottle.
Yeah.
Preferably glass or metal.
I think just like you've gotten to the habit of hydrating yourself.
That's true,
more too.
Yeah, I'm noticing that like my diet is better and I don't eat as much sugar. I don't crave as much sugar either.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like
when I look at it.
I think you're just like using up your energy, your body's energy too.
But it might also be just like hot flashes too.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's so annoying because like they don't allow us to have straps or, you know, like, because I was wearing something that could technically be considered like not in the wardrobe allowed category. But what I wore yesterday was like, it was sheer, so you could see my bra.
Oh, okay.
But my bra had like big, like 1 inch.
Oh, okay. Like you can see.
So it you just can't have a bra that's like a centimeter wide. If it's an inch wide, then it's a loophole that I found.
Okay.
So I was wearing that, and it was helpful. It's just I was getting a lot of stares. Lingering stares from men. So I'm like, I'll deal with hotness.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's retail for you. And my feet swell up and they hurt.
Yeah. I think also like you're also getting more accustomed to it too.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, like the body is good at adapting.
My back doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, I think you're walking around more. It's like you like I said, like when you started, you're walking around more.
Yeah.
And you're standing up, which is like you know, like, which is good for your back. Right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
You, earlier on, you're like, humans weren't meant to walk around and stand up for long periods of time. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that's like what
that's how we
evolved. It's actually worse. Like, we're suffering because a lot of us are sitting. A lot of people are sitting down, like, for like most of the day.
I guess what retail is basically like gathering.
Yeah.
Not hunting, but gathering, you know, like the women just like picking stuff, putting it in things, going up and down with your bag.
It's this nature, it's like,
standing.
It fulfills that, like, the nature's need, like our human nature to go just do something like that.
Yeah, except it's very artificial.
Yeah.
You're under like fluorescent lighting and walking on stable ground.
Yep.
So what's with the girl dinner?
Yeah. So there's another trend going on called girl dinner, and it's like people's like, it's like these women who are just like, this is what my girl dinner is, and it's usually like a couple snacks, like a bunch of like crackers with cheese, and it's like girl dinner. And it's like or like it's usually these really like very low effort meals of like, oh, this is what I'm eating for dinner today.
Does ramen count?
Yeah, it's usually something like ramen, but like sometimes it's like ramen, like something like the ramen where they like don't even put in boiled water. And just like shake it with like the seasoning, just like.
Just eat it crisp.
Yeah, eat it crisp. There is like some like you can't like the appeal to girl dinner is that it can't look like you have too much effort in it. Because there's some people who actually make really good looking girl dinners. I'm like, no, that's not good.
Okay.
That doesn't count. That's not the entertaining one. The entertaining ones are the ones that are like, oh man, they just have a bowl of spaghetti noodles and they just sprinkle just like shredded cheese on top of it and like don't melt it or anything like that. It's just like wow. Or like the one I'm like it kind of counts, but like it's a little depressing. Is ones that are just like, it's just alcohol. It's like girl dinner. It's just alcohol.
Like wine, they just drink wine.
Just something? Wine, or like some cheap, or like really cheap wine, or something like that. Or like shots of vodka.
Interesting.
But like it's usually just like small portion snacks.
So it's a TikTok.
It's a TikTok.
Gen Z.
Yeah, TikTok Gen Z meme trend or what have you. There's also like boy dinner, which is something also in the same lane. It doesn't hit as good as girl dinner.
Oh really?
Yeah, it doesn't hit as good.
You're like, oh, that's expected.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. I mean that like because the thing is that society like expects guys to be really shitty at taking care of themselves, but it's cathartic when like it's cathartic to see the same thing. Like, oh yeah, there's a lot of girls out there who do not know how to take care of themselves as well. And I think it's great because it means the genders have equalized.
Yeah.
In that case, you know, it's like cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's also this thing of something I realized a while ago when I was listening to a podcast. There was this woman talking about how her mom didn't teach her how to cook so that when she is in a relationship, she's not expected to cook because she's not gonna know how to cook.
Yeah.
So the man or the woman she's with are not going to, like, if she attempts to cook, it'll be horrible. It'll be girl dinner, quote unquote. And then their partner will be like, oh, I'll just cook.
Yeah.
Or just order dinner.
Yeah.
So then the girl or the woman won't be stuck at home just like cooking and cleaning.
I mean, it doesn't take that much effort to like cook and clean. Saying this as the person who cooks and clean.
Yeah.
In this house most of the time.
I clean.
Yeah.
I do the cleaning. You do the cooking. I also cook now.
Yeah.
I make fried rice. Mm-hmm. I make really good stuff.
Yeah, you make good stuff now.
Very sporadically, like randomly. I make really good stuff randomly, and he's like, "Oh, this is good, actually."
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah.
It took teaching you
a
long time and just forcing you to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
It saves money, especially with like the retail job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I don't want to eat out over there because like
it's
expensive.
It's expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, cooking at home like does good. You don't even need to make it that fancy either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made like my 2 lunches these past 2 days at work was just like mustard green from the garden and eggs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, what else is there?
The chicken, I want to know, you said something about the expiration date?
Oh yeah, like the expiration date is until like 2024. And you like gotten that like years ago. I was like, dang, this lasts a long time.
But yeah, I mean like that's what canned foods are for.
Yeah.
I thought it was sooner actually.
No, I was like, how long do I have to use these? Because I was planning on just using it for like stuffing the dog's Kongs.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, these last a long time. So cool, I got some stuff to use for the Kong because I don't like canned chicken that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it's overcooked chicken that's been like soaking in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of tastes a little bit like metal, you know.
Oh, okay.
And it's like I would rather have like I would rather just get a raw chicken and cook it rather than use canned chicken.
Yeah, the story with that is
I was sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, and this was at the time when we were just dating. And I already knew that, like...
No, I think we were married, actually.
No, we were...
I think... Wait.
No, because it was pretty early on in our relationship. But I had just essentially asked you, just go to the grocery store and buy some chicken noodle soup for me, please.
And then I was like... Well, actually, I had attempted to make congee.
Yeah, and...
You tasted it, and you had this, like, really horrid look.
There was no seasoning. There was, like, no seasoning. And there is, like, no protein in it.
Oh, okay.
It was just bland rice and,
I think I put, like, sardines or anchovies in it?
No, not even.
No?
Not even. Because, like, we had nothing. We didn't have any food because we had originally planned on going on a trip. So we didn't have, because I was like, we'll stock up later because like I don't want to have any food like in the fridge while we're on this trip. But then I gained like a really heavy fever and I couldn't go on the trip.
It was supposed to be our honeymoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, like
okay.
yeah, and I was like, just buy me some chicken noodle soup, and you couldn't find it.
Yeah, I mean. It was like right there.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't see it because I never got chicken noodle soup from a grocery store before.
Yeah. Or any kind of soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you didn't do any grocery shopping in general.
Yeah, no real grocery shopping.
Yeah, no real grocery shopping. Just like you never bought ingredients, never because I did all the grocery shopping too.
I used to go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
When I did my own grocery shopping.
Yeah, but it's like...
But Trader Joe's doesn't have... It's not...
I mean, they do also have canned foods there too. Like canned soups and stuff like that as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. But Trader Joe's layout is different than Safeway or QFC or Walmart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole different...
Yeah. But I was like, we can't just ask someone...
Oh yeah.
I was like, you can't ask someone. I was
rushing because like I was also suspecting that you got COVID. It was during that time too.
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
true.
It was the scary time of like every fever is like COVID. Is it COVID?
Yeah.
I mean now we're like over that scare.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's also what clouded my mind is like my worry.
Yeah, because I was like, I need some nutrition. I need something.
Did you?
And I had zero hope that you could actually cook for me.
Did you call your mom?
I think you called my mom.
Okay.
I think you called.
I was desperate, so I was like, can you make Sam some soup? And then she had like frozen.
Yeah,
like in
packaged.
a mason jar.
Yeah.
Like she made it herself though.
Yeah, but it's just something that they had prepped before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they had it in the freezer just for emergencies, you know?
Yeah, and then I just went over and she's like, here you go.
Yeah. She like was like, Do you need me to teach Samri how to cook like afterwards?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, nah, she can figure it out in the future, later.
So then I warmed it up and gave it to you, and you were happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
Cause like when I'm sick, I'm like I want like like protein, like carbs, and maybe some vegetables. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause that congee was just like water
and rice.
Not even, and like I think you put in like some chili oil in there. But like I'm like it just doesn't satisfy any like nutritional benefit, like any nutritional benefit aside from like carbs. And I'm like I can't.
Carbs and liquid.
Yeah, carbs and liquid.
Oh, I had ginger in it.
Yeah, I had ginger in it, but like there's no like salt or like seasoning either. I was just like, God.
Oh yeah, I didn't make it with chicken stock.
No.
I should have made it. I made it with water.
Yeah.
Yeah. In any case, I learned.
I remember that time I was like, this wouldn't be happening if you were the sick one.
Oh!
I was like,
you felt like I was doing it on purpose, like, you'll get this bland soup.
I'm like, man, why did I have to be the one who was sick? Yeah, you would, if you were sick, you would be comfortable, you would be like,
I'd be eating delicious food.
You'd be eating delicious food that would be healthy for you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, your fever was really high too, so I was really nervous. I was also dealing with your...
Yeah, I thought I was dying too. Like, my fever was like really high.
103, yeah.
Yeah, and like you were also layering stuff on top of me as well.
That's true. I was like, okay, here, put this blanket around your head.
Yeah, I literally had a time where like I just went outside shirtless.
You did?
Yeah, because it was just so hot in the room and I was roasting so hard.
Oh yeah, I turned on the heater too.
Yeah.
The portable heater.
Yeah. And I was like, just put some cold towels on me right now.
Oh yeah. You were burning up.
Yeah, like I'm like, my fever is like 103. Don't make me warmer.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I should be more calm, I feel.
Yeah.
Cause the other thing, on top of like you being really sick, and I was like, okay, I was communicating with the resort.
Yeah.
Cause they're like, oh, we can't refund you.
Yeah.
They don't refund.
Day before or day of.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense. Most places don't refund the day of.
And I was like calling my brother, calling my aunt, and I'm like, do you want to have a free vacation?
Yeah.
And then my brother's now fiance's brother and his then girlfriend took it up. Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah.
Because you spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
Because that was also one other stressful point.
Yeah.
Other than the sickness.
I remember your brother being like, "Oh, we're just gone."
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck off." I was like, "God, no." I was like, "I can still whatever."
Sam's and my brother's relationship is an interesting one.
Yeah.
I would call it
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that day was like
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna die.
I think you were sick even the day after.
Yeah.
Like you were sick before the resort trip.
The day
of
and the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like really bad. It was like really bad too. Like I caught something like really bad. And yeah, like
we're not sure what it is.
Yeah, because I took the COVID test and it was negative.
Did you take the PCR test?
I don't think I took PCR test. I think I just took like someone's COVID test or something like that.
Yeah. Because we have that test.
Yeah. So yeah, like
I took the PCR test.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you
the
took
next
the
day or
PCR
something.
Test the next
and
day.
I was clear, so.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think.
It's interesting.
It was just a big fever. It was like a big fever, and it lasted. It lasted like maybe like 3 days, I think. Because like the worst part was just that one day, which was like, I drenched the bed sheets with my sweat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, like it was like bad. Like it was real bad. Where I was like, man. I was scared too. Like I was like, oh man. And then I also had like no food. I think that might have also been another thing too, just having zero nutrition and the body's going like overdrive mode without nutrition. And I just felt really bad. And like I was also hangry too.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Cause I think
the body needs.
You spent some time packing or something. Yeah.
Yeah, the body needs nutrition too.
Yeah.
Like, for like.
I should take my vitamins. Speaking of nutrition.
Yeah. Because it was real. That was real scary.
Yeah.
In other words, people, hey, have some food stocked up. Maybe some canned soup.
Yeah, like make soup, put it in the freezer.
Yeah, like we do have canned soup in our pantry just in case times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's where the rest is and stuff like that.
Did you buy those?
Yeah, I bought those.
So we started talking about canned chicken.
Yeah.
That's what I ended up buying.
Yeah, you ended up buying the canned chicken.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I was like, I couldn't be more disappointed.
Oh no.
I remember just like giving you like this look like, are you serious? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, just like.
Are you doing this on purpose? Actually.
And I was like, should I go again and like try to find canned soup? And you're like, no, just get it from my mom.
Yeah, I was like, if you couldn't even figure it, I was like, I can't believe you couldn't find it. I was like, I bet this is even in the same section.
It was.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was like one layer.
Yeah, I was like, this looks like it came from the same section as like the canned soup section.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you were there probably.
I think I was like looking at it and it just like was gray in my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should have asked like a store person.
Yeah. I know. I was like, I'm not asking you to like buy the ingredients and cook for me, cook chicken noodle soup for me or anything like that. Like I'm like, I'll just make this easy on you. Just get some canned chicken noodle soup. It took you a while too. I think that was another thing too. I was like, what?
Oh, you were hungry.
Yeah, like I was like, it shouldn't take like more than like 10 minutes. It shouldn't take that long. Why it's taking so long?
Yeah, I could have gone to a closer store too.
Yeah.
I think they have canned soup.
Yeah, they all had canned soup.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like one of those things where it's just like, man.
But yeah, now the canned chicken chunks
can be used for my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is that like I'm like I need something with flavor and like salt, and this canned chicken isn't gonna provide me with that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and it was just kind of like one of those things where like that, and with that time I was like, because I remember you getting sick, and me coming to your apartment.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I had like ingredients set up.
Yeah, you brought the ingredients.
I brought the ingredients
to cook there.
Cook, and then I made it for you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh, this is delicious, thank you." And it's very nutritious, and made you feel better.
Yeah. Well, you can blame my parents for not teaching me how to cook.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, I was like, man.
I mean, even when I was sick, like, because my mom doesn't know how to cook.
Yeah.
So I forgot what I would eat. Like, she would just feed us, like, we would drink a lot of ginger.
Ginger, that's...
Here, chew this frozen ginger cube.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
It brings your fever down.
I think that's like Stockholming yourself. Placebo effect of like...
It really like takes out all the mucus from your sinuses. Mm-hmm. It just like...
Do you know what also works? Nutrition.
Yeah.
Nutrition.
Yeah.
Because it gives your body the energy to fight off like
the
first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was growing up, it was like my parents would just make congee with some like shredded chicken in it. Like something simple like that. But like
so like in the future, if you get sick, I would make it with chicken stock. Mm-hmm. And make the congee over the oven.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the stove.
Yeah. You can even use just the tuna fish too. As like the protein source. You can just use tuna fish for that. Or sardines.
I think we had tuna. Anyways, okay.
I don't think we did. I don't think we did. This is before you like really lived at my place. Because I think you were still living at your place.
Maybe I hadn't like completely moved in.
Yeah, you hadn't completely moved in.
So yeah, so I guess in the future, just like keep chicken stock.
Yeah.
And
keep your pantry stocked.
And protein.
Yeah, keep your pantry stocked even if you're gonna go on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that's the pod.
I mean, since now we have a dog.
Yeah.
We won't be having
yeah, that's true.
long vacations anyways.
Yeah, that's true too. Well. We have a lot of people who are willing to dog sit. Because our dog is adorable.
Yeah.
You like, even my brother, who's like made no mention of like wanting to own a dog, is just like, oh yeah, we could dog sit. Just to see, just for like like their family to know what it's like to kind of take care of a dog. Because like their kids, my nieces, kind of want a dog.
Yeah.
But like... My sister-in-law has zero faith that they can take care of a dog. She has zero faith in their responsibility.
Because usually you can tell... Oh, so we saw like two kids walking a dog.
Yeah, we saw two kids walking a dog.
That's what
we're just like, oh dang, hey, kids actually are being responsible for their dogs. Because usually when I see people walking their dog, it's usually an adult.
Yeah.
It's usually an adult.
Yeah. They were two kids like younger than 10.
Yeah. I was like, dang, that's cool.
It's also a sign that the neighborhood is safe for kids.
Yeah, that's true too. We're very close to an elementary school. So like, if someone were to call the cops in this area, they would come because it's close to the school.
But yeah, like, it depends on the kids. Do they do their chores without having to like
be told,
be screamed at?
Yeah.
Then they won't be taking care of a dog or picking up their poop because it's quote unquote
gross.
Disgusting. Yeah. So
I've been watching some like. There's a thing on YouTube where like older reality TV shows essentially putting up their full episodes on the YouTube channel.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. Because it's not on it's not on air on TV, but they put it on YouTube. It's their content, right? So they would get money from like putting it on YouTube.
That's true.
Yeah, so I've just been watching this show called like It's Me or the Dog.
Oh, okay, it's called... Okay, so they have to choose... So do they, like, separate at the end, or...?
No, they don't.
Oh, it's just the title?
It's just the title.
Oh, okay.
But it's like this British lady who, like, goes to, like, different houses that have, like, like, family issues or, like, like, issues with, like, a dog for some various reasons. And, like, 90% of the time, it's usually the owners.
The person who got the dog.
Yeah, the person who got the dog. Like some people, like I see, like some people get too many dogs when they can probably barely take care of one, but they decide to get like 2 or 3.
Yeah, imagine 2 dwarfs.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get a second dog. One dog's already. One dog's already hectic enough.
Yeah.
But like, also it's just like knowledge too. Like a lot of people don't like. This show was aired before like the internet really took off.
Oh really?
I think. I don't know.
80s?
Maybe not the maybe 2000s, the aughts.
Oh okay.
But like it wasn't as common to just Google something back then, right?
Yeah.
Like internet wasn't just as available as it is now.
Like forums and stuff.
Yeah, like forums and stuff. There was like more. You had to know where to look. But yeah, like nowadays it's like, oh yeah, I could just Google all this stuff. But like back then, like that wasn't the thing. Like no one like just Googled anything at that point yet. But yeah, like it's like it was really funny because like a lot of these people just don't know what to do, and then they're like shocked to be like, if you walked your dog, they wouldn't be going out. They wouldn't be eliminating. The term is eliminating.
Oh.
Of like you doing their business inside the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like they don't eliminate in the house if you just walk them more.
Yeah,
but and also it's like you have seeing some people's like, I don't have the time to walk 3 dogs. Because a lot of times like a lot of the issues is that like they try to walk all the dogs at the same time, and all the dogs are very unruly. And like actually like they really need to be like walked separately.
That's a lot of.
And it is a lot of work. Yeah. It is a lot of work, but it's just like, but it's kind of like something that people don't think about. They're like, oh, I don't have time to walk 3 dogs. It's like you shouldn't have gotten 3 dogs then, if you don't have the time to walk 3 dogs. Because I'm like, man, that would have driven me nuts. Yeah. Like it's already like a lot of energy to like.
Because you have to think about, okay, what's Worf's sleeping schedule? Like when we go out to eat, you have to like put him in the crate, and it has to be within 2 hours.
Yeah. At least for me. I'm like, yeah, I could do it more, but like the 2-hour window is like the more comfortable time. He starts getting antsy if it's been like more than 2 hours. He can't tell the time, but I think he has an internal clock. He's got his internal clock where he's just like, hey, I'm supposed to be out.
Clock.
He's like, he's like, hey, I should be out now. He can kind of tell. Like he can kind of tell. It's like, hey, it's time.
Thankfully, at night he sleeps.
Yeah, he sleeps at night.
He sleeps from 10 to 8.
Or like 9 to 8, roughly.
That's even like bigger or longer than before.
Yeah.
Because you were getting up at 5.
I was getting up at 2. You were just asleep.
Yeah.
I was getting up at 2 a.m.
I have my own clock.
Yeah.
Even if it's noisy, I don't get up.
Yeah. Your alarm goes off at 8 every day, and you like turn it off all the time.
I don't remember turning it off.
I'm like, this is the most useless alarm ever.
Does it wake you up?
I mean, I'm already awake at that point.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like I get up and this dog lets me sleep more now, which I'm very glad. But yeah, it is kind of like, attention. Like I gotta keep like attention up. Yeah. And yeah. It's fun though. It's fun. He kind of just like kicks around.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping. Even though we're doing this podcast in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means that our walk was good. We went on a walk before doing this as well.
Yeah, and he like picks up the most random trash that we don't notice. He's like, oh, let me go to this crab-filled paper towel.
Yeah. Oh man, like actually I notice quite a lot of trash. I do a good job at like picking it up before like he gets to it. But I do miss stuff.
So that's why I'm saying we should go with gloves.
I just pick it up and
because it's so dirty. Like you don't know if people just like, put their COVID germs in there.
Yeah, I just wash my hands afterwards. I mean, it's better than having him like panicking that he's going to accidentally eat chocolate. That stress is more stressful than germ stress.
Because you also need to like react quickly.
Yeah.
You can't put on your gloves while he's like chewing on.
Exactly.
Chocolate.
Yeah. You can't like time like you can't. You have to just be proactive and just like not care.
Yeah, it's just things you notice about how humans are like bad at keeping their trash in their car.
It's real hard, especially after Halloween. A lot of candy wrappers are on the streets.
Oh my gosh, the kids.
I picked up so many candy wrappers and threw them away.
Oh.
I'm like a part-time cleaner at this point.
Yeah, you're like a volunteer, like, what is it? Is it litter control person?
Or something like that.
Because they don't use their bare hands. They use this thingy, the tongue.
Yeah, but I'm like, I would just rather just like get it out of the way than like have Worf just eat it. Eat it, and that would be more stressful. That's more stressful than me just being like, okay, I'm just gonna pick this up, I'm gonna throw it away, and I'm gonna wash my hands afterwards. Very different, two different stresses, and me having slightly dirty hands for the walk is like, that's fine.
I guess we've taken
I pick up
most of our COVID shots, so we should be safe.
Yeah. And we've taken our shots and stuff like that.
We can take the updated one.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's better than like him eating chocolate and like dying. That would be much worse.
So the things we learned, dogs can't have chocolate, anything with caffeine.
Yeah, nothing with caffeine. And then
no, because now you can't roast coffee beans inside.
Yeah, I had to. I can probably do it outside. There's like outlets outside that I can do them outside. It's just that it's also gross outside for the most part, in terms of weather.
Oh, okay.
Like raining and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's sunny right now. So
yeah.
You can. I don't know if you're running out. But...
We're good. I just buy it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because like there's also the idea, because when you roast coffee, there's also the shavings. Like because when you roast them, there's like a lot of like shavings that come off of the bean. And I don't know if he can eat that. I don't think so though.
No.
So and like a lot of that just falls on the ground.
Yeah.
So like I don't want him to like lick it up.
Yeah. It's hard to clean those.
Yeah, and it's hard to clean those too. So I'm just like, all right, I guess I mean, like, it's still cheap to just buy coffee beans.
And roast it?
Not even roasted, just like the already roasted ones from like a coffee shop.
Oh, that one is cheaper than the green beans.
I mean, it's not, the green beans are always going to be cheaper, but it's still cheaper than like going to the coffee store and buying a cup of coffee.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's still like one bag is still going to last me like a month or a month and a half.
Okay.
And it's like what, like $20, and that's me drinking coffee every day. And so and considering that like a cup of coffee can be like $5 to $7.
Yeah.
Like I'm already saving a lot of money doing it that way.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very much aware of like when this guy's in the crate, and then me like doing chores and stuff in that in between time. So. Or like watching TV shows.
Yeah. We're like, okay, he's in the crate. Let's watch Star Trek.
Yeah, let's watch the TV shows that we need to catch up on like right now.
Yeah. What else? Oh, and Worf is not going to be sleeping in our bed.
No. I mean, you don't want that. I think I'm more neutral on that, but I understand that you don't want that, so that takes priority.
Because when I was dating, I told you how if I saw a guy with a dog, I'm like, swipe left.
Yeah, you're better with dogs now.
That's true. It's just, yeah. I am way different now.
We have a podcast about your winter expedition that you can read up. You can listen to.
Yeah, you can.
Where you can see what has caused Samri to be more okay with dogs.
Mm-hmm. So dogs can't also have grapes.
Yeah.
And we grow grapes in the garden.
Yeah.
So there's coffee, grapes. I mean, I don't eat as much chocolate, but chocolate. What else?
There's a specific type of sugar that's like found in a lot of candies, and some peanut butters too. Like some peanut butters, so like it's called zinthal. So you have to get like peanut butter that has like no zinthal in it. Okay. And that's listed under ingredients.
Okay.
So just like look at ingredients before like getting stuff.
Cause that's unnatural sugar.
Yeah, that's unnatural sugar. It's an artificial sweetener.
Yeah.
But that's why I like most candies too. You don't want to give them candy. Mm-hmm. But that's it. Most things you'd be surprised, like, oh yeah, they can eat that.
Yeah, they can eat veggies.
They can eat veggies. They can eat rice. Like, they can, like, I give this dog, like, a diet of, like, kibble and carrots.
And he can eat, what is it, cheese?
Yeah, he can eat cheese, yeah. Mm-hmm. I have, like, shredded cheese. Like, I got some ham because I was like, oh, me and the dog can eat this.
Yeah.
I was like, me and the dog can eat this. Same thing with the yogurt. It's like, oh, me and the dog can eat this.
Oh yeah, you can eat
like cow yogurt. Cow yogurt. You eat your nut yogurt.
Your fancy
nut yogurt.
Dairy-free.
Your dairy-free yogurt that doesn't taste as good as regular yogurt.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like anything actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, so I'm kind of like bland on. I'm like, man, it's like more expensive than just like the cow yogurt, and it doesn't even taste as good.
But it's fun, like discovering different tastes.
Or lack thereof. Okay, that's about time. We've kind of hit the hour mark.
Yeah, and I also need to go to work.
Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching. Watching on YouTube, hey, like and subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Follow us if you're listening on any other podcasting network.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.